What's up, Gator Nation? What's up, RollinwithCarlos family? What's up, college football fans? The Florida Gators have officially found their number 1 and 2 wide receivers. These wide receivers have officially had a come-out party against the number 9 Texas Longhorns, as our Gators defeated the number 9 Texas Longhorns this past Saturday, 29-21. Yes. With 5 minutes left in the game, Billy Napier decided to call a timeout. People were going crazy because of that, but he decided to call a timeout so Barber could stay in the game because Barber lost his helmet. I understand why he did it. Do I agree with it? No, I would have taken the 10-second runoff and taken my chances to make it easier for the Gators to win the game. But let me go ahead and get to you an article about Dallas Wilson. The title of the article is Dallas Wilson Sparks Florida to Upset Win. And I think Dallas Wilson is officially the Gators' next superstar, and he should be the number 1 wide receiver. I'll give you my thoughts towards the end, and I will also pop up some highlights of Dallas Wilson and Werner Brown III, also known as VV3. Let me get to the article. Dallas Wilson sparks Florida to the upset win. It only took Dallas Wilson 1 game to etch his name in Florida Gators record books. This was written by our friend of the channel, Cam Parker, 18 hours ago. DJ Lagway called him a specimen. Tyreek Sapp called him poetry in motion. Billy Napier called him a total creature. However you may describe him, it's hard to deny that Dallas Wilson is the next big thing for the Florida Gators. The hype surrounding the Tampa native has been extensive, even predating his original signing with Oregon and eventually flipping to Florida. His record-breaking performance in the spring game only added to the high expectations. While most freshmen crumble with those expectations, Wilson rose to the occasion and then some. The former 5-star, who made his collegiate debut after missing the first 4 games of the season, set a program record for the true freshman, making a first career start with 6 catches and for 111 yards, 2 touchdowns, leading Florida to the 29-21 upset win over the then number 9 Texas Longhorns. It meant everything, Wilson said after Saturday's wins. The expectations, it wasn't really a big deal for me. I had all my brothers around me in the room. Shout out to all the receivers. I had Lagway pushing me on. I had all the coaches. It was good. It was just a good belief. Everybody believed in everybody. So it was good coming out there with all the guys. Wilson's official debut has been a long time coming after he missed the first 4 games of the season due to a lower body injury suffered in fall camp. Prior to the injury, he had been working with Florida's starting offense and garnered praise for his big play abilities. After he went down, the big plays were non-existent. Entering Saturday's game, Florida was averaging 11 points per game against FBS opponents, had no completions on passes of at least 20 air yards against FBS opponents, and had only 2 total touchdown passes against FBS opponents. Wilson himself had 12 points on 1 reception over 20 air yards and 2 scores. He's a great player to have on the field, Lagway said. I told him every time you play, expect the ball. It's coming your way. He's just a great player to have on the team. It's good to see him out there and balling up and doing his thing. Lagway's trust in the freshman was evident too. The sophomore criticized for most of the season for struggles to push the ball down the field, constantly found Wilson past the 6 with 4 completions, getting first downs. An 18-yard toe-tapping catch on the sideline set up a 13-yard score to put Florida up 17-7 in the second quarter. And Wilson's 55-yard touchdown in the third quarter came on Lagway's first read. The trust also comes despite only 2 full weeks of practice together, coming nearly a month into the season. 2 weeks of full practice with Lag was great. Wilson said, just building the connection up and building that connection again was great to see my boy out there and just playing as a team after that. Those practices also reminded his teammates what Wilson was capable of. Senior corner Devon Moore described their one-on-one matchups as a battle, saying the former 5-star has been the guy since he first arrived on campus. Napier praised Wilson for being a spark and bringing good energy over the last 2 weeks. In practice, he was just doing what he did out there today and really elevated the energy, went to a different level, Napier said. He's got a great spirit about him. He's fun to be around. He's got a good sense of humor. He's a great competitor on game day, and that's the first game in a uniform here. Wilson also not letting his personal accolades get in the way of the team's goals. Being mobbed on the sidelines after his first touchdown, Wilson kept his cool with the game still far from over. I know a lot of the guys were asking me on the sidelines, how does it feel? I'm like, it feels regular, he said. I'm like, I really don't know how I'm supposed to feel. I'm like, let's win the game first. Guys, let's win the game first. But yeah, it felt good. The message can be carried over for the rest of the season. Despite the win, Florida still finds itself with the backs against the wall, 2-3, and a road trip against number 5 Texas A&M next. Florida also has games against number 10 Georgia and number 14 Ole Miss, number 12 Tennessee, and number 25 Florida State still left on the schedule. However, hopes for a turnaround were more confident with Wilson on the field. These young guys, we got young guys like Dallas who just step up, Sapp said. Kid works hard and he's just focused. He's like the brightness in the older guy's eyes. I just love to see it. I love to see a guy that works. Also, guys, I'm going to put the highlights of the BB3 monster catch that he had down the middle of the field, then one of the catches for Dallas Wilson, then another big catch from Dallas Wilson, then more from Dallas Wilson, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the full highlights so you can see the full highlights of what he did during the game. But officially, Dallas Wilson is the number 1 wide receiver, and BB3 is number 2. Sorry for Eugene Wilson. Eugene Wilson has had a injury-riddled career at Florida, but in my opinion, he's now the number 3 or number 4 wide receiver in the room. It's Billy Napier has to officially start Dallas Wilson and BB3 as the starters for the Florida Gators going forward, if we want to try to go 9-3 and maybe make the playoffs, even after a bad start to the season. But we got big games coming. We got a big game next week and big games down the schedule, like I told you earlier. So leave me your thoughts down below and what you think about this big upset. I'll get into more detail of the big upset of the Texas Longhorns um, in the post game with my friend and colleague and um, Gators SI writer Dylan Olive when we do the Swamp Pass post game show later this week. Horns down, baby. And like always, stay positive, stay on your grind, and go Gators.